What's going on, everybody? This is Daniel Polk Jr., Master Executive Aide, and today we are talking about what to do after a breakup. And I'm talking about this today because I try to play tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to act like things aren't affecting me, and and it's affecting me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just got out of a relationship and I've been dealing with it, and now it's just time for me to deal with it in a more systematic way. So what I have here for you guys today is 16 ways to get over a breakup, right? So there's no getting around it. You know what I'm saying? Even when we handle our breakups with compassion, they can end up terribly. You know what I'm saying? They can cause us to question our confidence and our faith in love itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know when I first got out of it, I had believed that no one else wanted me. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that I just didn't believe in love anymore. I didn't believe in it. I felt like it wasn't real. I felt like everybody out here has an ulterior motive. I felt like I haven't even experienced love, so I wouldn't even know how to give it, even if I wanted to. I've experienced, people stab me in the back. I've stabbed people in the back. You know what I'm saying? So looking at it from both sides, it was just like, what's the point in being in a relationship? Like, seriously. Like, I didn't want to do it anymore. But I know I wasn't being true to myself. I know that is something that I do want. And I need to be honest with myself, and rather than just being bitter and being upset. So, like, dealing with rejection is a real thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like mourning someone that you just lost. Like, it's almost as if somebody just died. You know what I mean? And when you're the one who broke it off, like, I was the one who initially broke it off. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you can feel very guilty. You know what I'm saying? You can feel like you can get stuck in the woulda, coulda, shoulda. Like, man, maybe if I did this would have been different. Maybe if I did that would have been different. And you don't want to get caught up in that either. You know what I'm saying? So it may, in the beginning, it's going to be kind of hard. Like, this is probably maybe the second month. So it's like I'm still, actually about the third month almost. I'm going through it. You know what I'm saying? So I want to go through it in a systematic way now. You know what I'm saying? I want to go through it in a way to where I can move forward and not stay stuck. So the first thing is, you got to allow yourself time to grieve. Like, I don't care what your circumstances or why y'all split. Your feelings are valid. You know what I'm saying? And processing your feelings is a journey in itself. And don't do what I did. Don't ignore them and don't push them down and don't act like they're not there. Like, when they come up, let them out. You know what I mean? It's going to, in whatever form that may be. You may cry. You know what I'm saying? You may have to take a break. Go let it out. You know what I'm saying? You may write. You know what I'm saying? You may write about it. Whatever it is that you got to do, don't stop yourself from doing that. You know what I mean? Because when you do that, you're just essentially holding it in. And you got to let it out. You have to. It's okay, yo. Like, it's okay to be sad. Like, it's okay. I'm having to accept that. Like, it's all right. You know what I mean? You be sad. You feel the sadness. You deal with whatever. You give yourself time to deal with whatever that is, and then you move forward. But don't, like, not allow yourself to have that time. You know what I mean? Don't deny yourself. Don't deny your feelings. Don't deny how you feel. You know what I'm saying? So Like you're when you break up with somebody, you are losing a big part of yourself. You know what I'm saying? That person was your friend. You know, they were your confidant. You know what I'm saying? They lived in your house with you. They was your housemate. You know what I mean? They pretty much been in your life every day for however long you guys been together. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay, man. You might feel sad one day. You know what I'm saying? You might feel mad the next day. You might be in denial the day after that. You know what I'm saying? And then you might go Saturday. And what you just got to understand is like, that's cool. That's okay. You go through it. You take your little time. You take what you need to. And then you get back to it. You know what I mean? But do allow yourself to go through it. The next thing is consider deleting your ex's number. I did this. I deleted her number. And I'm basically not allowing myself to open back up a wound. You know what I'm saying? By keeping that avenue of contact open. So like now, if we need to contact, if she needs to contact me with anything, which she's already done. I mean, she contacts me over email. Same with me. We've been contacting back and forth with email. So like keep it like that. Don't be trying to text them. Don't be popping up over their house. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do stuff to open the wound back up. Like, you really got to let things go. Like, you have to let it go. So these are some ways that you can let it go. Delete their number if you have to. Because very few of us, very few exes become friends like right after that. You know what I'm saying? So you have to give yourself time. You know what I'm saying? The next thing you'll want to do is, so if you guys y'all did anything on social media, I mean, I actually did this kind of right after we broke up. I went on my social media page. I removed our relationship status. I started deleting all the pictures. Like, I just had to get this person out of my mind. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't allowing me to move forward. Like, every time I seen a person, you know what I'm saying, I got sad. Every time, not every time, but like, there were times when that would happen. It don't happen every time. But the thing is to not let yourself even be put in that position. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, not only did I not block, but remove the pictures. Like, I just went and unfriended her altogether. You know what I mean? I went and removed her from my Instagram page. You know what I'm saying? I'm removing any trace of me being able to see her. You know what I'm saying? Because it can be hard for me to deal with right now. Maybe later, but right now I'm good. So don't contact them unless absolutely necessary. You know what I mean? And that's simple. That's simple. Don't contact them unless absolutely necessary. Don't make up reasons to go see them. You know what I mean? Because you're just going to make it worse. Like, don't do none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't seen her in probably like 3 months. You know what I mean? I haven't talked to her except through email. You know what I'm saying? So that's giving me the space to allow myself to move on. You know what I mean? You can't do that if you're constantly trying to reach out to them. If you're constantly checking their page. You know what I mean? If you're constantly thinking about them. You know what I mean? So yeah. Unless absolutely necessary, don't contact them. Schedule some plans with your friends. You know what I'm saying? So, like, in the early days of a breakup, like, you're not going to feel your best. So you kind of got to, like, distract yourself as much as possible. You know what I mean? Make plans, you know what I'm saying, with your friends, so you don't, like, just be sitting there wallowing in it. You know what I mean? One thing I did was I'm a part of the Life Management University. So what I do is we have one, sometimes 2 classes a day. So I'm making sure that, boom, now I'm making sure I actually missed class the last 2 days, but I'm making sure that from here on out, when class happens, I'm in it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing things to replace that time that I normally will be spending with that person. You know what I'm saying? So So yeah, and with this, I'm gonna say, stick with friends who have your best interest in mind. There are some of your friends, they don't really have your best interest in mind. Like, and I hate to say that. And some of them may seem like they have your best interest in mind, but you'll be able to tell. Like, some of them are actually laughing behind your back. You know what I mean? Some of them are actually clowning you because of what you went through. And you'll be able to sense that. You want to stay away from them. You know what I mean? Because they're not really there to support you. They're more there. Like, you're actually like, they use you. You know what I mean? Like, you're like the laughing stock. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't really fuck with you like that. You know what I'm saying? You want to be around friends that do support you and that do feel loved and supported around, and you can feel it. You know what I mean? You can feel it from those true friends who really care about you. You know what I'm saying? So next, make a breakup playlist. Now this, I haven't tried it yet. According to scientists, this is something that could help. So I'm putting this in there for anybody who doesn't really operate like me. Because me, I feel like I would rather put on something more uplifting. However, I'm gonna try it. Make a breakup playlist, see how that works. But this is personal. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe you don't do well with like sad songs and stuff. Maybe that may make it worse, which I actually think it may make it worse. You know what I'm saying? But it's said that it provides some sort of comfort. But I would say, some people it makes it feel worse. So I would say, get something that makes you feel better, more uplifting, or even something like, breakup songs that make you feel better about yourself, if that's what you need. And return to the things. Start doing things that you liked to do when you were single. So like, once you're single, you know what I'm saying, you have all the time to do everything that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So boom, anytime I want, I could pick up and go play basketball. Anytime I want, I can tune into a show. If I want to wake up 3 o'clock in the morning and do a show and do some studying or something, like, I don't have to ask anybody for permission. If I want to go somewhere, I don't gotta worry, not that I had to ask anybody for permission to begin with, but there's nothing stopping you now basically from doing all of the things that you want to do. So now's the time. Start taking the time to do those things that you enjoy, that you love to do. You know what I'm saying? Just to start getting your mind right. You know what I'm saying? So what's next? Books. Books can be one of those things. Escapism can be a good thing. You know what I mean? While you're letting this time go by for you to deal. So one way to do that is a good book. You know what I'm saying? I got 3 books actually that I'm gonna be. Actually, I got a bunch of books that I'm gonna be getting into, and definitely implementing more than anything, because that's what I want to be about. More about implementation than just taking in a bunch of knowledge. So go get that book, read you something. If it's a fiction book, hey, you can take some sort of lesson from that. You can take info from fiction and nonfiction books. I preferably like to read nonfiction books. I'm not really into fables and stuff, but I can't completely say that, because I do read a lot of ancient texts, and most of those are allegorical stories. So you know what? I'm not even gonna sit here and say I don't read nonfiction. I just prefer things that I can learn real life lessons from. Which, you know what? I'm not even going. Forgive me. I'm not going to limit real life lessons to any nonfiction or fiction book. Find yourself a good book. Get lost in it. Keep it. Start working out. Start working out. When you start working out, it provides those mood lifting endorphins, that mood lifting serotonin. You know what I'm saying? And hey, put your breakup playlist on while you work out. You know know what I'm saying? And basically, if say you haven't been working out up until this point, get started today. You know what I mean? Go do some push-ups. Go do some sit-ups, some dips. Just get the body moving. Start releasing those good hormones. They'll make you feel better. It's going to be really hard to feel bad while you're working out. You know what I mean? It's going to be really hard to cry when you got 200 pounds, a 200-pound barbell over you. You know what I mean? You're going to have to wait till later to do that. You know what I'm saying? So the next thing you can do is travel and explore new places. So the one of the things I did kind of right out the gate, maybe I made a little too rash decision, but what was done is done. Is I left my job. I left the whole area. And I did that only because of the reasons that we broke up, and I felt like it was just a lot more people involved. And matter of fact, I'm not gonna feel like, I know that there were more people that were involved in the situation. So I pretty much had to get away from that entire situation. You know what I'm saying? For my peace of mind. You know what I mean? Even some of the people that was really close to me, you know what I'm saying, when I was there, I appreciate them. You know what I'm saying? I appreciated them. It wasn't necessarily them I wanted to leave, but I had to change my area, so that meant, you know, having to leave them too. And you know, it was hard. You know what I'm saying? I can probably say I maybe had about 2 real friends out there. You know what I'm saying? One, you know, who let me, I mean, when I was going through it, let me crash at a spot. You know what I'm saying? And his peoples, and then another guy. You know what I'm saying? But like, I had to change the area, man. I had to get out of that whole scene, you know. So the next thing was getting a breakup haircut. I know this is a thing that people do. Don't do that. You know what I mean? You know, or a breakup tattoo or whatever you do, just don't do anything too rash, because most of the time when you just break up, your emotions are running all over the place. Like me, I know when I first broke up, man, I was like trying to get with any girl I could after that. You know what I'm saying? I was just felt like I was kind of on a rampage. Like I just wanted to I was just in a bad place, man. My mind wasn't right. I was just doing things that was completely out of the norm, contacting people I didn't normally contact, doing things I didn't normally do, like feeling ways I didn't normally feel. I was all out of whack, and you don't want to act out of that space. When you're in that space, I would suggest like trying to do as many productive and constructive things as possible, because it can get very destructive. Like I smoked so much weed initially, like I mean, when I tell you, it was back to back, just back to back, trying to get rid of the thoughts and stuff and all of that was going on. So your emotions are probably running high, and you might not be sleeping, you might not be eating right, and that can affect your judgment. You don't want to make too many moves out of that space. So another thing is, this can be easy for a lot of you guys to get caught up on, but don't beat yourself up about what coulda, shoulda, woulda happened. You know what I'm saying? When we go through relationships, we learn a lot about ourselves. Like I know there's a lot I learned about myself that going into the next relationship, I would like to be definitely more transparent about what I want, and even knowing what I want. Like I honestly didn't even know what I wanted till I got like damn near halfway through to almost the end of the relationship, and by that time it was almost completely different from, not completely different, but it wasn't what I had. You know what I mean? So And let me just say this, man. I'm not throwing no stones or nothing. Like I'm actually, all of this is about me. You know, I don't know I don't even want to focus on what the other person's part was in this. All I can focus is on me and what I can do better going into the next one. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, if you're spiraling and feeling angry and resentful, like, it's not going to help you learn about yourself. It's not going to help you learn about what you want. You know what I'm saying? It's actually going to keep you stuck in the past. So one thing that you have to do is you have to accept that for whatever reason, the relationship is over. And then what you want to do is, after you've accepted that, you want to focus on picturing, all right, with my next partner, what do I want to give and what do I want to receive? Focus on that. You know what I mean? One good way to do that, to let go of anger, is meditation. Meditation is a great way to let go of anger. You know what I'm saying? And next thing is dating. You don't want to just jump right back out into dating. Meeting new people can be great. You know what I'm saying? And it'll help you realize that it's more efficient to see. However, what you don't want to do is like go into that next relationship talking about your ex, or going on that date and you're still dealing with those things. So until you're able to be around someone else and not be stuck on what was in the past, I would suggest like not even dating. You know what I mean? Or at the very least, if you are, leave those things in the past while you're there. The next thing is to define what closure means to you. You know what I mean? I had to define this for myself, because at first I thought closure, could mean we could still be friends, and now I'm realizing that closure actually for me means cutting her off altogether. Like, I don't want to see her, I don't want to hear from her, I don't want anything, and not because there's nothing wrong with her or nothing against her, but for my own sake and for my own peace of mind, I literally got to keep her off my mind. You know what I'm saying? I got to keep my mind focused on, okay, what happened in the last relationship that going into the next one, I can do better. You know what I'm saying? Or going into the next one, what am I expecting from this person? What do I want from this person? What does this person value? You know what I'm saying? What are my values? You know what I'm saying? Let me clearly define what it is that I want from a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going in there with blurred lines and not knowing what's going on. So it's two things. It's two things that's going to happen. You're going to get enough time with that emotional distance. You're going to be able to look back and you're going to appreciate actually why it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? You might be like, you know what, man, it didn't work, and I'm glad it didn't, because I got a lot of work to do on myself. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of work to do on myself. I'm in a different place. You know what I mean? And now I actually have the space open to let in a more compatible partner. You know what I mean? And you'll find, and you may mess around and find somebody that's so complete, like that matches with you so well, that like, man, you'll completely forget about your ex, like altogether. You'll completely forget about her. And the last step, and the most important, you have to forgive them and all parties involved. And this is going to be the hardest thing, because they might have done you super extra dirty. You know what I'm saying? You may have done them dirty too. So you definitely gotta forgive yourself first. Forgive yourself for anything that you did or didn't do. Like right now, and I'm making it a point, honestly, every day. It even says it in the Lord's Prayer. So if you just say the Lord's Prayer every morning, you're actually doing that. The Lord's Prayer, by the way, for anybody who don't know, I mean, and hey, if you're not, religious or whatever, I don't care what you do, just forgive yourself. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord's Prayer is an easy way when you wake up, you know what I mean, to just get in that space. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thine kingdom come, thine will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us of our sins, as we forgive others who sin against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the power and the glory forever. Amen. Boom. I mean, you pretty much actually got your whole day summed up right in there. But, yep, so got to forgive, you know what I mean? And that forgiveness, remember, that is for you. You know why? Because that other person I never forgive you. I mean, they may hold a grudge for as long as possible. I'm not saying that is, but you can't be waiting on them for you to forgive them. You know what I mean? You forgive them. You forgive yourself for what you did. You forgive them for what they did or didn't do, or whatever. You know what I mean? And you move it forward. All right, guys, so these are 16 ways that you can get over a breakup. This is Dana Polk Jr., Master Executive 8. If you need assistance getting over a breakup, email me at dpolkjr01@gmail.com. I will be that friend that you can talk to. If you have some grieving that you need to do, you can call me. We can do it. I'm going to be there to be a listening ear. And then after you finish, we're going to get back on track with what we need to do to move forward. You know what I'm saying? So you can email me at dpolkjr01@gmail.com, and we can do that. All right? I love you, man, and I want to see you move forward with life. I don't want to see you stuck in the past or stuck on some relationship. I want to see you move forward. I want to see you open up space so that you can have space to let in new relationships and to let in that man or that woman that is more compatible with you. You know what I mean? I want you to start working on yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you can go into this next relationship, you know what I mean, on your A game. You know what I mean? So that's it, guys. Dana Polk Jr., Master Executive 8. I'm out.